Good morning, everybody, and welcome to summer school. My name is Mr. McLaughlin, and I'm going to be your teacher for this college preparation English class. We'll be together for, the next 5 weeks, and I thought I would start off the course with a video just so that you'd get to know me, for most of you, because you don't know me. Get to know me a little bit, be able to put a face to the name. I always find that helps, especially with e-learning courses, because we don't get to talk to each other face to face, usually anyways, unless you happen to live in Arnprior, because that's where I live and I teach at Arnprior District High School. So I thought that I would start off with a quick video. I'm going to try to keep these videos quick, to encourage you to actually watch the whole thing, just to give you a little bit of a sense of what you're up against as far as this course goes and what I expect from you. So the first thing I'll talk about is communication and office hours. I plan to be online in the mornings most days, probably getting online sometime between 8 and 9, depending on how things. I've got two young kids, so depending on how quickly we get our morning rolling here in the summer, between 8 and 9 usually. And I'll be online for about 4.5 hours during the day. Usually, I spend about 3.5 hours online in the morning, and then I go online for another hour in the evening. For those of you who are night owls and plan to be online at night most of the time, I probably won't be online when you are. So it'll be really important for you to email me when you have any questions, because we won't be online at the same time. So that takes me to communication. The best way to get in contact with me, and you should definitely get in contact with me whenever you need to, is by my school email, which is the mclaughlin@rcdsb.on.ca. And I know that was too fast for you to actually, copy that down probably. It's on the Meet the Teacher part of the course information. And I'll post that also in the news feed so you can see it. That's the best way to email me, because I get those emails in on my phone. The D2L email is fine. If I'm online, I'll see it come up right away, but I'm not going to be checking D2L email regularly during the day. So if it's something important, school email is better, and you can even phone me. I'm going to post my cell number, and you can feel free to phone or to text if that's better for you than email. And I do invite you to get in contact with me. I mean, I am your teacher, and if you have any problems with assignments, or if your technology isn't working and deadline is coming up and you want to, to try to figure out what are you supposed to do, just get in touch. So as far as technology goes, if you're watching this, you've got a computer of some sort with the internet, which is good. The other piece of technology that you're going to need is some sort of camera, some way to record yourself, because it's an English class and there's the oral communication component, presentations basically, and you're going to have to make sure that you're able to do those. I think coming up in lesson 3, I'm going to be testing to see that you've got that ability. Your videos don't have to be produced, which means you don't have to be great at editing, or you don't even have to know how to edit video. As far as what I'll be grading, it won't be the production value of your work. It'll be your actual speaking skills. So computer with the internet, camera of some sort, you should be good to go for this course. And I'll talk more about presentations in a future video and why those are really important for this course. But I want to keep this rolling really fast. So as far as the course goes, what you can expect is 20 lessons. And I'm going to keep those nice and simple, so there'll be one lesson every day for 20 days, and that will be the term of your course. And your term mark will be worth 70% of your final grade. That is going to be made up of a lot of assignments, not just the the summative assignments. So there's going to be daily work to do, and then there's going to be sort of like end of unit work to do, which is a little bit more daunting. So for example, your first summative is going to be a report. So, but just so that you know, the daily work is important too. And the way that you can test that out is if it's got a rubric, then it counts towards some sort of mark. So if it's the information paragraph that you're going to write today is going to have a rubric to grade it, and that grade is going to be added to your mark book. It's a small mark. The big summatives are worth more, but those little daily assignments are definitely going to count, and you do have to complete them anyways in order to complete the lessons. So the way that summer school works is you have to complete 20 lessons in order to have completed the term. All right, so make sure that you don't just, if you're the type of person who's gotten through high school by just trying to perform on the summatives, that's not going to work for you in this e-learning course, and it's not going to work for you at college. At college, they're going to literally grade everything. And I know this because, and I'm going to be the dual credit instructor again this fall. I was dual credit instructor at our school for a couple of years, so I worked side by side with an Algonquin College professor, and she told me like everything that she ever does is worth a certain percent of the course. So if she says, I want you to sit in groups and I want you to brainstorm some ideas, and this is going to be worth 1% of your final grade, it is. So just the act of sitting together and talking is worth 1%. And that might not seem like a lot, but do that 10 times and that's 10% of your final grade. All right. So it's just good to get into the habit looking ahead to college, which if you're in this course, it's because I'm assuming you're going to college. It's good to get in the habit of performing well on everything that you do. And on the other hand, though, I'm not going to give you any work that's useless. So I'm not going to waste your time. I know you're busy, and your time is important too. Most of you probably have a part-time job trying to save up for college. So I'm not going to give you any work that's not necessary or not going to actually help prepare you for college. So I promise that everything that we do is going to be worthwhile. So as far as those summatives that I was talking about, reports and presentations, which I'll talk more about in a later video because I'm already at about 7 minutes for this one. Those would be the two big things. If you didn't do reports in high school so far, I'm going to teach you about that. If you've been avoiding presentations like the plague so far, I'm going to be teaching you about those and helping you through those to get better at those. Those are really important, but like I said, I'll elaborate later on. The other thing is discussions. The discussion posts are going to be graded on a scale of 1 to 7, and basically the number corresponds to a level, so those two will count towards your grade. And I'm not going to ask you to be part of useless discussions. We're going to use those sparingly, and eventually what I'm going to be probably doing is using those as a way to teach grammar. So you'll be responding, and you'll just have to make sure you proofread your work for whatever grammar I'm going to teach you. So lessons, and those are going to have an activity at the end of every one, and usually a discussion post at the end of every one. They all count towards your mark, and every once in a while you're going to do a larger assignment, which is the quote-unquote unit summative, and that is how your mark's going to be generated. All right, so we're at 8.5 minutes, and so lesson 1 is posted and has been posted for a while, and by the time this video is up, people hopefully will be already at it. It's on some just basic skills. I want to see that you can write a paragraph, and I want to see that you can turn that paragraph in. If you've never done e-learning before, definitely go on and do those orientation activities. It's going to save you time and aggravation in the long run, just to make sure that you know how to submit your work, know how to find the drop boxes, know how to find the discussions. The orientation, if you've already done an e-learning course, I would say you don't even have to worry about doing it. You could go ahead and start doing the coursework. You should be fine as long as you know how D2L works, and you can submit your work and you can navigate through the lesson content. You'll be absolutely fine for this course, because I try to keep those things pretty simple. So you're going to do a little bit of basic research, going online, doing a little reading to find out about a person. You'll see what the terms of the assignment are, and you're going to write a paragraph, and you're going to post in the discussion forum. So it's a nice quick lesson today, because if you had to do the orientation, then it'd be pretty long day for you if you had to do like, you know, a couple of hours learning D2L and then you had to do like a full big lesson. So today's lesson is a nice short one, and tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a longer one. It's going to involve some reading and essays, which is something I'll talk about. Little spoiler, you're not going to be writing essays in this course because there's no reason for you to learn how to write essays if you're going to college, because they just don't do them there. Anyways, that's just over 10 minutes and that's enough time for this video. I will post again tomorrow. Good luck in your first day and welcome to the course.